Hi, I'm here to talk about Ozempic today and my experience with it. Um, I'm going to try to keep myself focused because I go off on a tangent. I just started recording only to find out that I didn't turn the viewfinder towards me and I was recording a blank wall. So while I was doing that, I found myself going off on tangents while I was, giving information. And so I'm going to try to avoid doing that now that I'm retaping. Okay, so I want to talk about Ozempic and my experience with Ozempic. I've been on Ozempic pretty much, I would say, it was December of 2019. And so it's a little over 2 years now. In that time, I've lost 70 pounds. It sounds like it took a long time because 2 years is a long time to lose weight, right? We all want that quick weight loss and, to have an impact where we see a difference, feel a difference really quickly. In my case, first of all, with Ozempic, it's not like this wonder drug where you take it and you're just going to lose weight. It's going to fall off for you. How fantastic. And you see all these people and their videos and they say the before and the after, and look at me. Work goes into it. It is not a wonder drug. It's not like all of a sudden you start taking this medication and poof, it all falls off. It doesn't work like that. It starts off when your body first gets the medication, you do lose a few pounds. I won't say, an incredible amount of pounds, but you will lose. And the main reason for that is because once you're taking that medication and it starts kicking in, your appetite is gone. Literally gone. A couple of forkfuls and you don't want the food. It just happens. Why? It's an appetite suppressant. It basically is something, it's a medication that tells your brain you're full and it tells your pancreas that you're full. And so between those two things, you don't want the food. But that feeling tapers off, and that's why you increase your dosage. So I'm going to start with the pen. I'm sure probably most people have seen the pen itself. I didn't bring it with me. I'm at work today and I just decided to film because it's after, the end of the day. But so the pen has the doses already in it. So the starter pen has 4 doses of 0.25 and it has 2 doses of 0.50. Now, it's very important that you take the medication the way it's intended. I've heard that there are doctors out there who start their medication at a higher dose, and what happens is the people either get extreme side effects or they're so extreme, depending on what dosage they were started at, that they wind up going to the emergency room. None of that is necessary if you start and do things the way you're supposed to. Now, Ozempic is a combination medication, as are Wegovy and Mounjaro. They're all combination medications. They are combined by 2 different medications that have been around for over 20 years. They did this combination with Ozempic first, and found out that they were making it for diabetes medication, for type 2 diabetes. While they were using it for type 2 diabetes, they noticed that their patients were losing weight in addition to leveling out their blood sugar. So it became, a secondary benefit. What happened was, over the course of a short time, once celebrities learned about it, and in addition to that, the TV, promoting it with their ads, it all of a sudden became a well sought after prescription. Now, when I was offered Ozempic, I never heard of it ever. I went to the endocrinologist for a totally different issue. I went for my thyroid. And while I was there, I was, just voicing myself to say, that I had gained a substantial amount of weight during COVID, and, I needed to lose the weight and blah, blah. And he offered the Ozempic. Now, remember, this is an endocrinologist, so it's not like some people are saying, oh, people are just taking Ozempic to lose weight. No, I already had underlying issues. I have an autoimmune disease with the thyroid. So whatever it was that got me accepted, that the pharmaceutical, the insurance company, okayed my prescription. They don't just do that. The doctor has to write something that gets it approved. And originally, I had not gotten approved. Originally, I was denied, and he did the appeal. And I think that for the most part, that's common, that you have to put in the appeal. Anyway, I was okayed for the medication, and I received a letter from my insurance company telling me that I was approved until 2024 for the medication. So that's a fantastic thing. In the interim, I'm currently on 1.0, but I want to go back to what we were just talking about with the original dosing. So you start off with 0.25. There are 6 needles in the box along with the pen. Each week, you either insert to your stomach, your lower stomach, or your upper thigh. Now, I know that people also have been doing different spots, and they think that it makes the medicine work better. What is on the box and tells you what to do, it's either your stomach or your thigh. So why people would want to do other places, that's up to them, or up to you. But anyway, so I inject on my stomach, basically the same area each week, because I'm left-handed and it's just easier for me to do it, where I do, and it just happens to be the same spot. Anyway, so you inject the medication, and after that, my suggestion is do it in the evening before you go to bed. So if you do get a side effect of feeling nauseous, you can basically sleep it off, because that's what I did. My very first dose, which was my only dose that I had an issue, was administered by the endocrinologist. In the office, he brought out the box to show me that this was the medication. He said, try it, and if I was happy with it, then he would write me the prescription. So off I went originally with the sample box. And so he showed me how to inject it, because I'm not diabetic and I've never had to inject myself with a medication. So he showed me how to inject it. It was easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. The needle is so tiny. Very simple procedure. So I went home, and within an hour or two, I started to feel queasy. Now, I wouldn't say nauseous. I didn't feel like I needed to vomit, but my stomach started, feeling like I was in the ocean, like I was, on a boat. And fortunately, I was able to sleep it off. By the time I woke up in the morning, I was fine, good to go, and did not have any other side effects at that time. So then I moved up to the 0.50. I really didn't see the change that I expected to see. The 0.25 was leveling off, and I don't feel like it had as much restriction to me, that, the feeling of fullness. I feel like it went away, and then the 0.50 made no change to me. So once I was done with that, I moved up to the 1.0. I don't remember if there was a 0.75. I don't think so at all. I think it was just 1.0. That's the next pen. So I moved up to 1.0, and it took a little bit, but then I started to lose weight again. And what I noticed was there were peaks and valleys with the weight loss. There were some times over the course of those 2 years that I had absolutely no weight loss for quite some time. And then all of a sudden, it would pick up again. And so when it started to pick up, I said to myself, you know what? I have to make the most out of the times that it really is active on my body. And so I would watch what I was eating. I would be more conscious of the calories in order to get the max out of the time period that I was getting that feeling of fullness. And then once that would go away, the one thing I always did was I stayed consistent with the medication. I never gave up. I never said, well, it's not doing anything, so I'm not taking it anymore. I still continued to take the medication. Remember, again, I am not exercising. I am not that active. I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm sedentary, but I'm pretty close to it. I walk around and I do what I have to do, but nothing excessive. So for me to lose the 70 pounds, I don't mind that it took me a while because the time was going to pass anyway. That's first of all. And second of all, I lost 70 pounds. Like, who cares? It took me 2 years, and who cares? And now to people, it's noticeable. Do I need to lose more? Absolutely. Do I plan to lose more? Absolutely. But I've also learned that, there's going to be peaks and valleys. There are times where I'm constipated. There are times when I have diarrhea. Like, everything changes, everything goes however it goes. I never let anything affect the fact that I'm taking the medication. I work with it. People complain, oh, what do I do about the constipation? Just go to the bathroom eventually. Oh, I have diarrhea. Deal with it. Eat something that'll level you off, or take Imodium or whatever it might be, and get over it and just continue on with the medication. And I'm telling you, it does work. You have to keep up with it. Now, on a different video, because I know I'm going too long right now. I see I'm already at 12 minutes. I'm going to make another video and talk about the different medications, what they're actually for, and why you shouldn't be on Ozempic if you're not diabetic. So for now, I'm going to end this video. I hope you guys watch and subscribe. And if not, just watch, for informational purposes. It's better for you to benefit than it is for me to try to get a subscriber. So yeah, I'm going to make another video, and hopefully this one came out good enough that it's worth watching, because I never do good videos. So stay tuned for the second video. And it didn't shut off because I don't know what I'm doing.